Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Can you see the screen? I think it's visible, yeah. So,
yes, we can.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. So I'd like to welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I'd like to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyam Sundar, Krishna Balaram, Bal Gopal, Gonitai, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj and the assembled devotees. Today is very auspicious day. It's Akshaya Tritiya. And it falls on the third Tithi, lunar day of the bright half, Shukla Paksh of Vaishak month. And this is a couple of years out of date. It's today, which is Saturday, the 22nd of May. Very auspicious day. There is no inauspiciousness to be found on this day. Even checking muhurta, is considered unnecessary. So you can do anything you want this day because it's so auspicious. Whatever bhakti one does on this day for devotees and the Lord is never lost. Akshaya. It remains eternally beneficial. In the Hari Bhakti Vilas, Srila Sanatana Goswami calls this day a pious day that is very dear, Lord Madhav. Akshaya literally means that which cannot be worn out or deteriorate, or that which always exists. For material gains, people use this festival for many purposes. They start new ventures, marriages take place, expensive investments such as gold, property, and any new beginnings are often undertaken on this day, especially giving in charity. It is also a day of remembrance for the loved ones who have died to save them from suffering due to sinful reactions. On this day, you can also do Andan Seva by feeding devotees, guests with Krishna Prasad. Many auspicious events took place on this glorious day. Lord Parshuram appeared on this day. So it's very nice to hear the bhajan which Karuna Bandha sang earlier, which included Lord Parshuram. He came in order to reduce the arrogance of the Kshatriyas on earth. River Ganga descended to earth on this day. So she flowed from the heavenly planets onto Mother Earth. But her fall would have been, her descendants onto Earth had to be somewhat curtailed because it would have just destroyed Earth. So she actually fell upon the hair of Lord Shiva, and then Lord Shiva gently put her into Earth. So this is the source of the Ganga here. This is Bharat, map of Bharat. And you can see Ganga flowing through northern Bharat all the way to the Bay of Bengal. And then she goes beyond into the Netherlands. So this is the route, starting with Gomukh, pretty much very close to the source. And this is Gomukh. It's like the glacier is there, and we can actually have a snan there. Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Next, she comes through Gangotri, which is a very fast-flowing Ganga there. And they do Aarti here to Ganga every morning, evening, very close to the Himalayas. And we can also bathe here. Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Next, we can go to Rishikesh. And again, Ganga flows very nicely through Rishikesh, beautiful, beautiful holy place. Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Haridwar is next. And this is the Hari Ki Puri, beautiful clock tower in Haridwar. Very famous place. A lot of pilgrims will visit here today, especially, and bathe. And we can do the same. Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Then Prayag, next stop, where Ganga meets Yamuna and Saraswati. Saraswati is a little hidden, but you can see here Ganga on this side, Yamuna, blackish color on the left-hand side. Ganga Mai ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai. And then next stop is Varanasi, glorious place, loads of ghats where one can bathe here. Ganga Mai ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai. Then she flows through all the way to Mayapur. Ganga Mai ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai. And then finally, Ganga Sagar. Ganga Mai ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai. This is touching the Bay of Bengal. So, this marks the beginning of the Tritiya Yuga as well, this day. So there's 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Tritiya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. In Satya Yuga, meditation was the method of becoming self-realized. Tritiya Yuga, it was doing yajna, fire sacrifice. And in Dwapara Yuga, it was glorious deity worship. In Kali Yuga, very hard to do any of those things. So the Lord has given us a simple process. Simply chanting Hare Krishna will give us the benefits of all the previous 3 yugas, and actually even more, because in Kali Yuga it's very hard. So the Lord has made the benefits of becoming God conscious even greater. This day also was when Sudama visited his childhood friend, Lord Krishna, in Dwarka and received unlimited wealth. And when the poor Brahman came in his torn clothes, to visit Lord Krishna, Krishna worshipped him. You can see he's bathing his feet. This is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's so humble, so respectful, so amazing. It's also the day when the Pandavas received the Akshaya Patra from the sun god. So this was a wonderful pot, cooking pot that Draupadi had. She could cook in that pot and it would feed as many guests as she liked. One time, and the condition was that she shouldn't eat. As long as she doesn't eat, she can feed. And one time, the Pandavas had eaten and she also had eaten. In that time, Durvasa Muni came with his disciples, with his thousands of disciples, and they wanted to eat. So at that time, there was a little issue. And Krishna came and he saw in his pot, in our pot, there was a little bit of rice left. So he ate that little rice, and the Rasa Muni and his entourage was suddenly very full. So they were saved. Krishna saved the Pandavas. Vyasadeva, on this day, Akshaya Tritiya, Vyasadeva started composing the Mahabharata. And Lord Ganpati was writing this Mahabharata. Adi Sankaracharya composed the Kanakadhar Shotram. So Adi Shankaracharya was one of the greatest philosophers of all time. He was born in a poor Brahmin family in Kerala. After Brahmo Padesh, as is usual during those times, he was asked to beg alms for his lunch. One day when he went to a Brahmin house, the lady of the house was so poor, she did not have anything to give him. Wow. She searched hard and found a small fruit of gooseberry, which she gave to Sankaracharya, the boy. He was so touched by her gesture that he sang these 21 mellifluous hymns on Goddess Lakshmi, who poured golden gooseberries as rain to the poor woman's house. Even today, it is believed that poverty would be banished by singing this hymn. Very interesting. This is one of the sloks in this bhajan. This is Mati Saraswati. And the meaning of this slok To her devotees and those who are great, grants she a place in heaven which is difficult to attain. Just by a glance of her compassion-filled eyes, let her sparkling eyes, which are like the fully open lotus, fall on me and grant me all my desires. Kuber received his wealth and position as custodian of wealth. So this is the day Kuber, the treasurer of the demigods, received his position. Goddess Annapurna Devi, nourishment, appears on this day. Interesting. So as a pastime, Shiva and Parvati, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati used to play the game of dice. Once they were playing and the game became very interesting, they started betting. Parvati kept her jewels and Shiva kept his trident. Shiva lost the game and he lost his trident. So in the next game, he bet his snake to get back the trident. He lost in the next game too. He played more and bet more and kept on losing. Eventually, he lost everything, including his begging bowl. Shiva felt very humiliated and went to Deodar forest to meet Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu approached Shiva, who told him everything about what had happened. Vishnu then told Lord Shiva to play the game again. He told him that he will win back everything he had lost in his next game. Lord Shiva took Lord Vishnu's advice and went back to play the game again. Goddess Parvati became suspicious of Shiva's sudden turn of fortunes that led him to win back everything. She called him a cheat. This led to an argument between the two of them. Finally, Lord Vishnu appeared as he could not take the fight anymore. He told them that the dice in the game had moved according to his wishes. They were only under an illusion that they had been playing. To this, Lord Shiva added that everything materialistic was just an illusion of Maya. Everything that we possessed, it was an illusion. Even the food we ate was Maya. This made Goddess Parvati angry. She said that calling food an illusion was equivalent to calling her an illusion. So in order to show Lord Shiva and the world her importance, she disappeared, saying that she wanted to see how the world would survive without food. Her disappearance meant that nature came to a standstill. There was no change in the seasons. Everything became barren. The lands became infertile. Nothing grew anymore. This led to severe drought and a huge shortage of food. The gods, humans, and demons all kept praying for food. Goddess Parvati heard the prayers and she could not see her children perishing out of hunger. So she appeared in Varanasi and started distributing food. Shiva realized his mistake and the fact that he was incomplete without Shakti. So he appeared before Goddess Parvati in Kashi with a begging bowl in his hand. He said to her that he had realized his mistake, that food could not be dismissed as an illusion. It was required to nourish the body as well as the inner soul as Prashad. So he comes, he takes from Parvati. She appears as Goddess Annapurna on this day. And we don't say that this world is an illusion. We say it's temporary. It is real. Everything in this world is real. But it disappears very quickly. Anything we have will perish, including this body. Everything will finish. So it's not illusion. This body is not illusion. Food is not illusion. Nothing is illusion, but it's temporary. So we have to be careful. We're dealing with temporary things, but we are eternal beings. So if we get too attached to temporary things, we're going to get disappointed and we will stay in this world, because attachment means you remain where you're attached. So the idea is to become attached to the Supreme. And in that way, we stop becoming attached to this world. And the annual construction of the chariots for the Puri Rath Yatra starts today. So this takes months before it is built when the Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra starts in July, I think it is. There are other events that occurred that occur or occurred in the past. Simhachalam is the abode on the Singde. The deity of Lord Nrsimha is always covered with sandalwood paste. On the day of Akshaya Tritiya, which occurs 11 days before the appearance of Lord Nrsimha, the sandal paste is removed and Abhishek is performed. So today, this is the only day that devotees will get to see the form of the Lord. On the same evening, the deity is again covered in sandal paste. So this is the one day. In Simhachalam, Andhra Pradesh. This is the Nrsimhadev in Mayapur, covered in sandalwood. The temple of Badrinath, Gangotri and Yamunotri are closed during winter. On the day of Akshaya Tritiya, the shrines reopened for the pilgrims. This is Badrinath. Lord Rishabdev broke his 1 year fast that he had been observing by drinking sugarcane juice. He is the first Tirthankar of the Jains, but is also incarnation of Lord Vishnu. And before starting ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada incorporated a society in Bharat called the League of Devotees at Jhansi on the day, auspicious day of Akshaya Tritiya, which was 16th May 1953. In Nandgram, Nanda Maharaj excavated a large lake, then known as Nand Sarovar. Wonderful pastime took place here. All the Brijbasis used to bathe in that lake, but Shobhanu Maharaj would also come and bathe with his family at the other end. Srimati Radharani and Krishna used to swim underwater to the middle of the lake and engage in pastimes. One day, Krishna noticed that instead of cooking the usual meal of rice, dal, sabji, chapati, Mother Yashoda was making all kinds of fried preparations. When Krishna asked her why she was cooking these things, she replied that Nand Maharaj was going on a pilgrimage the next day to Prayag on Akshaya Tritiya, and that the fried things she was cooking would last for several days. The next morning, as usual, Nanda Maharaj got up early. He went to take bathe in his lake. When he got there, he saw a man he had never seen before, a regal person, a royal person, rolling in the dust and diving into Nand Sarovar again and again. So Nand Maharaj approached the kingly man and asked, Maharaj, who are you? Baba, I am Prayagaraj, king of all holy places, all tirthas. The man replied, why have you come here today, Maharaj? Baba, oh, year round, people come and bathe in my water and leave their sins. So every year on Akshaya Tritiya, I come here, roll in the dust of Raj, bathe in this Sarovar, because this dust and this lake have the potency to purify one from all sins. Maharaj Nanda was amazed. He noticed on the other side of the lake were many beautiful personalities. There were Ganga, Saraswati, Godavari, Kuru Jangala, Kaveri, Narmada, etc. Maharaj Nanda decided, why should I take the trouble to go to Prayag when they all come here? From that day, Nanda Sarovar became known as Pavan Sarovar. This is Pavan. And we can bathe here as well. And have snan here. Pavan Sarovar ki jai, Pavan Sarovar ki jai, Pavan Sarovar ki jai. Chandan Yatra, Akshaya Tritiya also marks the beginning of Chandan Yatra, in which the Lord is smeared with sandalwood paste due to the scorching heat of the summer season. So now it's hot. Chandan Yatra is to celebrate over a 21-day period in which devotees make different arrangements to cool the Lord down and want to give him relief from intense heat. Although the Lord is self-sufficient, does not require anything, the devotee is taking Krishna to be their life and soul and most beloved friend. They cannot bear the thought of him having to experience the burning sun of the summer. They always want him to be pleased, and hence they take care of him with so much affection. So Lord Jagannath gave direct instructions to King Indradumna to perform this festival. Smearing the body of the Lord with ointments is an act of devotion, and the best of ointments is sandalwood paste. Since the month of Vaishak is very hot in Bharat, the cooling effect of the sandalwood is very pleasing to the body of the Lord. Sandalwood paste is applied all over the body of Jagannath, leaving only his 2 eyes visible. The Utsav Murtis, functional deities, Vijay Utsav, are taken on procession and are placed in the boat in Narendra Pohari temple pond. To commemorate, Chaitanya also carried out water sports with his devotees. So this is in Chandan, this is today. This is not this picture, but this is what they will do. They will put sandalwood. And this is Mahendra Puri, Madhavendra Puri. So this is a wonderful occasion of Akshaya Tritiya. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Anybody like to say anything or ask anything? Very auspicious day today. Very, very sweet day. Okay, stop. Akshaya Tirtha ki jai.